Welcome back in with King Family to another F1 Clash video. We're here for our final round of the British Master event. We've completed our first four races already. Had a bad race in race two. The rest of the races have been going pretty good so far. Just race two, where we had that bad race, I think that's going to hurt us a lot at the end. But hopefully we can still probably hold. Hopefully some of these other guys could get some bad races. This rival has been doing pretty good for himself. Hopefully his last two races he can get a snag a bad race or something that we could catch up. But for the most part, we're going to be jumping into our Singapore race here. Race start power unit is going to be the feature for this track. Let's jump on into it and get started. Remember to smash the like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel. Catch you guys in the race. Here we go for our first race at Singapore. It's going to be a wet race. Let's see if we can get a good qualifiers here. Our Antonelli and Behrman has been qualifying good. Here we go, P3, P6. Other than for that second race, we got matched up with somebody that was way powerful than us. But it is what it is. So we're gonna go Rooster and Rooster. Alright, let's go. So it's gonna be a 2-2-2. So all we need to do is get a good start. Pick up P1 and P2 from the start, and we should be good to go from there. Perfect start for both drivers. We see Antonelli getting a good start here, pulling up to P1. Behrman getting pulled back down, holding P6 though. Now moving up to P4, P3. Should be able to squeeze P2. Oliver Behrman before his boost run out. On this Leclerc, he's trying. Let's cut down there and boost him back up as we hit that corner. Cut down there, boost back up as we hit the corner. Putting pressure on Leclerc. See if we can squeeze up the inside. We are in front. There we go. Getting the inside line there. Our Antonelli is all the way out, so we'll allow him to keep that little lead as our Behrman now crosses the line, enabling DRS. Let's see the time in between drivers. Alright, so we're 4 seconds behind for Antonelli, so we could hit DRS here. Close down that gap a little bit as we put in our go to pit orders. You see the rival now right on our Behrman with his Behrman. So we want at least about 2 seconds to the rival. Behrman coming up on our Antonelli. We're gonna boost our Antonelli here into pit to create just a little bit of a gap. We see Behrman now, rival Behrman losing P3 to P4, which is nice for us. And then we'll go on in. So we'll lose only about a second to P4, and we got the jump on him, so we're back out in P2. So great stop from our Behrman. We could just hit that DRS now to create a little bit of a distance to P3. There we go, looking good. Then we could just cut down Behrman and let Antonelli go. Create a little bit of a distance for himself. Keep it about 3 seconds. Alright, 4.5 seconds is pretty good for the gap to be between P1 and P2. Alright, so with that gap in mind, we could hold, we should be able to just hold P1 and P2 from here going forward. And we have a nice gap to P3 as well. So putting our final go to pit orders, we're not going to use this DRS. We're going to just maintain that gap. We also have a 4-second gap to P3. So we're just going to try and maintain that gap from there. P3 has a nice little gap to the rival Behrman, so don't need to worry too much about him. So we should be able to stop without stalking. We now at 5 seconds as Antonelli pulls away a bit. So we're going to boost Antonelli here. Boost Behrman here. We have a nice little gap to P3. We can slow Behrman down now as we go on in. Just to shades of a second stop there. And we're back out. Beautiful drive, beautiful stop. So it's 47 points for this one. Right, only that second race, man, messed us up. We would have been putting up a good score here today if it wasn't for that second race. We got matched with a stronger rival. Nothing we could have done about that. He was way stronger. So yeah, not much we could do about that. Alright, let's keep going to the finish. P1, P2 secure, 47 points secure here. It's the final lap. Rival hunting down P4. We're just going to hit the DRS to create a little bit of distance, because the rival should be boosting at this point. There he is, boosting away with that DRS, making his way up to P3. So we want to make sure that gap is pretty nice to the rival so he can't catch up. And we can just boost both drivers to finish from here. Whatever power unit we have remaining in that DRS with or Bearman to cross the line. Alright, so great race, great first race there. Looking pretty nice. Alright. Let's take a quick look at the debriefing and then we'll jump into our next race. We had the stronger team score, so we have better drivers and we had a better car here. Let's jump into the next one. Here we go for our next race on Melbourne, Australia. So this track is speed and race start. Look at that, qualifiers. Alright, so we're going to want to give speed and race start boost, which is the Street Shark. Street Shark for both drivers. It's 9 laps, so we're going to go for mediums with Antonelli and softs for Bearman. And we're going to go, hopefully, or Antonelli can get a good start and Bearman can get a good start as well. And we can make up some places here. Alright. Rival switched, opted to go softs in front, mediums in the back. Alright, we got a good start. Here comes for Oliver Bearman, just trying to squeeze past the rival Antonelli. Up the inside he goes, around the outside of Lewis Hamilton. Can he now go up the inside of George Russell? Around the outside he goes as we create a good start. Alright, so we got an awesome start there from 4 drivers. It's going to be 3 laps to do a 3-3-3. I think Bearman should get in front of more Antonelli here. So we're going to push Bearman in front of Antonelli. With this DRS, we're going to wait for the main straight to use it. But it looks like Bearman is going to pass before the main straight anyways, because he's on the software compound. So we have a nice little 2 seconds gap to P3 George Russell. I'm going to keep a close eye on George. And we're going to bring back in or Bearman to the softs, and we're going to bring in back Antonelli to the mediums. Alright. So Bearman doing a pretty good job opening up, creating a little bit of a gap. We're going to do a bit of a charge in here so we can then boost him off into pit. 2 seconds, see if we can get him up to at least 3 seconds. Slow down or Antonelli. Alright, so we're just a second off with our Bearman with Antonelli, and he gets the jump on P3, which is nice. Alright, so we're back out in P2. Awesome job, awesome stop. Let's see who's behind us. Hard tires on Carlos Sainz. We have George Russell, Lewis Hamilton on the softs. We're gonna keep a close eye on them. So since we're keeping a close eye on P3 is holding them back right now, we're gonna just charge our power unit a bit here. All right, here comes George Russell. He's now set loose, and he's gonna come and hunt down our Antonelli. So that's why we were getting that little bit of a charge that we could, so we can now use DRS and create a nice little gap. Then we're gonna just cut down and allow him to try and catch up for the next lap, and then we'll just use DRS again down this main straight, create a little bit of a distance for ourselves, and hold off P2. Alright, so George Russell looking very aggressive, coming, he's on his way. There he is, almost on to us. He's hunting us down. There he is right there. But we have a strategy to hold him off, and we're working with it. Alright, so we're putting the go to pit quarters now. As Russell's still on our Antonelli, we have this final DRS. We're going to use it around the last sector there. As George Russell closes the gap. Alright, we're going to hit this DRS right around here. Hit it now. So we have like about a second, I would say. I would say about a second on George Russell. So we should get back out in front of him. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. We still have that little bit of about a second gap. But look at George Russell, he's right on us. Alright, he came back out on the hard tires, so yeah, that secured it for us. We're on the mediums, 2 hards, 1 hard and a medium behind and in front, which they'll have to make their pit stop. So this one is in the bag from here. George Russell could not get out into P2 to take this one away from us. Alright, so I see a lot of you guys sharing with me that I'm not tuning my car to the track stats. Tuning to the track stats is pretty good. If you want to tune to track stats, you definitely could do that. But for now, at this stage in the game, I don't see a major impact affecting my car and my drivers when I don't tune to the exact track stats. So for now, I'm not tuning to the exact track stats. I mean, probably later down, I'll have to tune to the track stats, and it does work. It does work. Maybe it's not affecting me right now because of the level that I'm at, but it does work. So if you can tune to the track stats, definitely do that. Alright. Like for this one, it's speed and race start. You could tune your car for speed. I didn't tune my car for speed. It's still tuned for cornering at the moment, and we did pretty well here on a speed track. Alright, so make sure to tune your car if you choose to. Alright, so there we go. Great race, 47 points for that one. We got a good start. It's all about the race start at point. To me, race start is what it's all about to me. All right, level 6 Antonelli, nice, and we out-qualified him, and he had a better qualifying stats. No, did we out-qualify? No, his Antonelli qualified in P1. Yeah. All right, so better car than us, and better drivers, I would say. All right, let's jump into the next one. Here we go for our next race. We're on Las Vegas. Let's see how we qualify here and what we can do here. Alright, tight qualifiers there. P4, P6. We managed to squeeze ahead. Alright. Medium tires. Speed and overtaking is going to be the feature. We're going to go with the Rooster for race start. No, we want to go race start and speed, so we're going to go for the Street Shark here. So we get race start with the speed and overtaking, and we're going for the mediums. We should go for the hards with Antonelli because he's not going to be able to do 3 laps on the mediums. So we're just going to stick with the hards for him so he can get that 3 laps in. We want to get a good start. Perfect start for both drivers. Ooh, keep on the outside, Antonelli. Great start from our drivers. They stuck to the outside and managed to pick up the positions. And you see Oliver just passing Antonelli nice and early. Alright, so what we want to do now is try and create some distance to Lando Norris on the medium tires there. He's going to be our main problem, Lando Norris. So we want to just boost on out and create some distance with Lando, with our Antonelli to Lando Norris. So we'll just let them power out and then we'll cut them there. Alright, looks like George Russell has passed Lando Norris and he's on the hard tires. So that's pretty good job from George Russell there. Keep it up, Russell. Hold back Lando. And then we'll just have to focus on George Russell, who's also on the hards. He's coming aggressive at us here. He's coming aggressively at our Antonelli. We're going to charge our power unit here. So we can then boost up the straight. Our Bearman is just gone. So we don't need to worry about him. All we need to do is worry about securing this 47 points. Here comes George Russell right on the back now of our Kimi Antonelli. Give him some support here. Cut down. And then we'll wait for him to break this corner down here. And we're going to boost and hit that DRS. Alright, there we go. Flying. 187 top speed. There we go. Creating a nice little gap to George Russell. Ooh, he's just right there. Oh man, I thought we had created a good gap to Russell. No, we did not. He's right on us. Right, we're going to put in the go to pit harders. We're going to come back to the hard tires. You see the rival now up to P4. And there is Russell. He's just still on us. Hunting us down. Hunting us down. Give us a little bit of a boost support there. Don't want to lose this position to George Russell at all. One corner to DRS. Alright, we're going to continue going. Boost for Bearman there. Come on. Boost now. DRS. Oh, come on. Pass. Yes, there we go. We repassed. We repassed George. I don't want George to be in front. We're going to charge up a bit here. Don't want to lose the position to Russell at all. We're going to go into pit now. So we'll just give a little bit of a support as we go on into pit. Russell is just right on us. Right on us. No little distance, no little gap. He's about 300 of a second. Ah, there we go. Got back in front of him. Just perfect. Alright, let me see what tires is George Russell out on. He's on the softs. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. George Russell is back out on the softs. We have Lando Norris out on the mediums. And the rival is on us on the softs as well. Alright, so we just need to worry about Lando Norris on his mediums. And there he goes passing. There he goes passing. Gotta worry about Lando Norris. Those soft tires are gonna have to make a pit stop. So we don't need to worry too much about them. Just Lando Norris. We're gonna hit that DRS. See if we can squeeze back in front of Lando Norris. Got blocked. Squeeze up the inside. There we go. Picking off Lando Norris. Don't need to worry too much about George Russell and the rival on their softs. They'll have to make another pit stop, so we should pass them there. And there we go. Hamilton passing Russell. Hamilton is on the hard tires. So we just need to hold off Lewis here on his hards. Don't want to give up that position at all. P4. As our power unit recharges. We don't want P2 and 3 to create too much distance on us either, so they could get a free pit stop. So we're gonna time it a little bit here and hit that DRS and hit that ERS. A little bit of power unit we have to maximize our DRS there, closing down the gap to P2 and P3. Now they're going into pit. Alright, so now it's just a matter of us now keeping Lewis Hamilton behind us here, and we should get this 47. Oliver Bierman is just all gone. Here comes Lewis Hamilton attacking. Squeeze the power unit. We're going to charge back a little bit up. Cut back up to regular driving there. We just need to make it to the back straight in front of Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris here. That's all we need. Make it to the straight in front of these guys. Here comes Lewis for his final attack, and we're going to hit this DRS. I was trying to hold back the DRS a little bit, but we couldn't hold it back. He was right on us, about to pass, and we really didn't want him to pass at all. And we managed to hold them off for P2. Awesome race there from the start. It was us against the AI, and we managed to pull off the victory for a 47 points win there. Alright, so only if we didn't get that bad race in race 2, man, we would have done pretty well here. And as you can see, guys, this is a track that requires speed again, and we really didn't change much to our car, and our drivers did pretty well. Alright, but I do know that it does have an impact if you make the changes to speed setups for speed tracks. Alright, however, for this one we didn't. It worked out for us, but if you can make the change, I recommend you make the change to tune for the high speed track. Maybe if we had a high speed tune for Antonelli, wouldn't be under so much pressure. Alright, here we go for final race on Silverstone. Let's see what we qualify here. Come on, Antonelli. Ooh, we're behind the rival Antonelli and Bierman here. Alright, we're going to go for the mediums, tire management, and speed boost. We're going to be using the Eagle. No, we're not using the Eagle. We're going to go for the Palm. We want to get some race start in there. I mean, we could go Eagle and get some tire management. Or, yeah, let's go Eagle. And then we'll go Palm for Nazir for Antonelli, so he gets some race start in there. Alright. Alright, we got a perfect start for the race start. And we got stuck. Antonelli stuck. Come on, Antonelli, up the inside. Up the inside. Around the outside he goes. Come on, there we go, Kimi. There we go, up the inside here on Lando Norris. There we go, up the inside on Lando Norris. And Bierman is just right there. He's just coming. We needed that race start with or Antonelli. And Lando Norris now. Can we squeeze? Oh, we are out of power unit. Let's look at the tires of Lando Norris. He's on the softs. We managed to squeeze past with our Bierman. Bierman, on the other hand, wants to pass or Antonelli. We probably could get 4 laps out of this Bierman, to be honest. Hit this DRS here and let him pass Antonelli. And then we'll just hit DRS with Antonelli now around here. That's why I did the DRS there with Bierman, because I wanted him to pass, but I didn't want Lando Norris to pass. Now we probably could try to squeeze 4 laps out of Bierman. As you can see, 50% right at the pit entrance there. However, Antonelli is going to need to do 3 laps. Right, so we're going to bring in back Antonelli. So we're going to work on catching up to Lando Norris, keeping Antonelli in position. Let's charge a bit on the power unit, and then we'll cut back up so we have a little bit of a juice to boost. Boost now and hit that DRS, let him try to close down that gap. Lando Norris on his softs. We're going to be going around with or Bierman for another lap. He can get it done. And we can hit DRS. Oh man, I almost got the DRS there with our Bierman as Lando Norris was in P1 as he went into pit. And let me see what tires. Alright, so Norris came back out on soft, so he's doing 3 more laps on those softs. We're going to have to work hard to catch up to this Lando Norris, guys. He's going to be the major issue we have here. We could go in for the hard tires for Behrman instead of going for the mediums. So he could finish the race on those. So he doesn't have to do another pit stop. Here comes Lando Norris taking P1 for Behrman, and we should be able to take P3 with Antonelli. Hit that DRS with Behrman. Little late on the DRS there for Behrman, so we didn't get the maximum effect. But we're right on Lando Norris, not allowing Lando to get away here. Get this DRS with Antonelli. Get as much out of him as possible. And we're right on Lando Norris, who will be making a stop this lap. So we wanted our Antonelli to catch up, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to catch up here. So we're just going to have to focus on beating P, holding on to P3. Get that DRS with Behrman. Charge Antonelli. And then we can just hit that DRS with him. We're going to bring him into pit now for softs. Alright, so he managed to lose P3, but he managed to regain it. Behrman now taking P1. You see, who's that? In George Russell on mediums. He'll have to make another stop, so P3 looks like where we're going to be finishing. Lando Norris now finishing the race on the medium tires. We don't have the power unit. We're not close enough to catch up to Lando Norris with our Antonelli here. So it's a P1, P3 finish as is. If it finishes as is, as Russell should be going into pit, and we should be able to catch up to pass Russell. The pit entrance here at Silverstone is pretty fast. As you can see, Russell just flied into pit there. Let's see if we can squeeze by pit. Oh no, George Russell made it. So our job now is to try and pass George Russell for P3. Fight for P3. And he's just aggressive, pulling away. It looks like we're not going to be able to catch up to George Russell at all. Yep. Russell got us there. Nothing we could have done about that. Alright, so in the end, we got 45 points for our final race. Alright. Outdone by Lando Norris and George Russell was our Antonelli. Alright. So another speed track. Maybe if we were tuned for speed, we would have done better with our Antonelli. Maybe. Alright. Maybe he needed a little more speed. Alright. So definitely, if you can change your tunes, you should. Maybe when we hit Contenders event, we're going to start doing that. But for now, yeah, there we go. That was the match on drivers and the match on the car. Alright. Alright, so let me know down in the comments how you guys did in your event. Remember to smash the like button if you haven't already done so. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed for more F1 Clash content. And yeah, that's basically going to be it for this one, where we're currently at 360 at P5. Alright, so doubt that's going to hold for top 10. But yeah, it was a great event overall. We just got snagged in race 2. If we hadn't got that snag in race 2, man, it would have been such a great event. We would have been challenging for top 10. But yeah, it is what it is. So that's basically going to be it for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let me know how you guys did in the comments. Peace.